Here we see the component parts for a test rig. The rig is purely a test bed to see if I can use radio control to switch on and off an electric motor. This particular motor, a back axle from a radio control tank. The motor's been selected because it's high torque and low speed. I'll eventually be using the motor to drive a winch. The winch is going to be used to raise and lower my camera sled, which will be mounted on my Baitboat. The camera sled is purely for underwater photography at my local carp lake. The camera sled design and construction are covered in other videos on this channel. Let's have a look at the component parts. So we've got high torque electric motor, battery power, a high torque servo, a 3-position toggle switch, and then the necessary radio controlled parts: electronic speed control, the receiver with the various channels. We see that in this instance only the servo is attached to the receiver, but we have options to put other servos into the receiver. I move the camera and we'll see the radio control operating the servo, which in turn will operate the toggle switch, which will allow power to flow to the electric motor. Bear in mind, this is a test bed, so wiring might well evolve, and the use of multiple batteries will definitely be addressed, so that both the motor and the servo will get power from the onboard battery of the Baitboat. So let's pause the video and move the camera for a close-up shot. Here we have a close-up shot of the high torque electric motor, the high torque servo, and the 3-position toggle switch. The horn of the servo has had a hole burnt into it to surround the toggle switch. The whole thing is clamped in a vise at the moment for rigidity. Let's see the servo arm or horn move in response to a radio control movement, subsequently turning on power using the toggle switch, and hopefully we'll see the electric motor rotate the drum. Zooming in on the toggle switch, we can hear the electric motor start and stop in response to the servo horn moving the 3-position toggle switch. In the finished product, this will allow forward and reverse movement of the winch to raise and lower the camera sled from the baitboat. I'll pause the video, reposition the camera, and we'll see the radio control, the servo, the toggle switch and the motor all in one shot. Here we are looking at the radio control unit. This is the transmitter. Here we have the receiver with the ESC, the high torque servo operating the servo arm or horn, which is surrounding the toggle switch of a 3-position, which is on, center off and on again, and the motor which will drive the winch, and temporary batteries for both ESC and motor. I'll be using one channel from the radio control, so pushing the stick will send a signal to the receiver, which will drive the servo and operate the switch, passing power to the motor. Moving the switch will hear the motor start up.